All right, here we go. Show number 42 of Into the Cubieverse, and we are live.
Hi, welcome to Into the Cubievers. This is Cubieverse, a game that's put on by Titanium Toaster, where you search for vaults, answer trivia, and get rewards, in-game rewards, and collect cubies. Today, unfortunately, Magic Dragon was not able to be in the show. We do have right beside me RxWings here, who is filling in for him this evening. Atrocities, how are you?
I'm doing well. For sure. Yeah, and likewise, Gold Miner was able to secure some more loot codes from Illusion Weaver. So thank you very much, Illusion Weaver and Titanium Toaster, for supporting us this way. So next number of weeks, we are going to be giving away one loot code to one lucky live viewer at some point during the show. Similar to what we've done before, we will say now we're going to do it. You'll have 5 minutes to put your Discord name and the secret keyword into the chat. And then from that, we will select a winner. If you have won in the past, it's a brand new event, so everybody's eligible to win it. And Gold Miner, do you want to suggest tell me what actually the loot code is for?
Yeah, the loot code is this week will be for a common size Christmas tree. We do have a mix of mainly common trees, but we do have a special one, which is a rare tree. No epics, unfortunately. But yeah, somebody will be able to start off, or some people will be able to start off with building their tree community once the Christmas event starts.
Yeah. So getting excited for that for sure.
I know I am.
For sure. All right, so let's say, RxWings, how was your week in the Cubieverse?
My week was pretty good. I had a buddy quest yesterday with Brutality. Shout out to them. We finished it within 10 hours, and they had a blizzard that they were driving through, so thank you to them for being safe but prompt. That's great.
It's like the Postal Service, eh? No blizzards will prevent us from making a buddy quest.
That's great.
But the difference here, though, with Canada Post, we're on strike, so a little different right now than that.
Yeah. That is true.
I also was pretty lucky in that I finally snagged the Master Pizza Chef blueprint from the quest. Yeah, so that was exciting.
Now it's just me waiting for that.
Okay. Yeah. How long have you been trying for that then? Like
months. We've had our few restaurants at least for months, and I do it routinely, and this was the first time. So that was. I'm just waiting for a charred peel. I don't have that either, but one step at a time.
Well, I know somebody who has the charred peel or two. Yeah.
I see Plumber Boy commented here. He built his pizzeria on his first quest. He got the Master Chief blueprint just yesterday. So, some people got the RNG. So
that's great. Or a horseshoe.
Yeah.
No, I don't have the blueprint. I just have everything else. I have just lots of knives and charred peels. No blueprint.
Right. They just keep dropping. They just keep dropping for you.
Yeah.
But it's exciting to get the blueprint anyways, right? So that's always
It really was.
Great. For sure.
So.
Anything else of interest there, RxWings?
Yes, I was able to get a hold of the Origami Princess, which was also very nice.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
That I think I know Gold Miner thought it was an extra cute Cubie. Is that your thoughts as well?
Yeah. Yes, she is cute.
Atrocities, however, does not want to get his hands on one because he doesn't have the same feelings about the
Cubie. That's too bad.
I was thinking that may be the fact that I don't really care necessarily to get one because it might be whatever cute, but I don't whatever, right? So, but it seems like
That won't help your board
yes,
stats.
for sure.
But you've also gotten some other cubies this week too, right?
Purchased? It might have been last week. The Bitcoin Beach QB. I won that in the auction house, so that's
Nice,
Mhm.
nice. And what about you then, Gold Miner? What about your week in the Cubieverse?
Had Buddy Quest, and it was it went over very well. I believe that was somebody from Saskatchewan. Um, who would have been having the same snow issues, although she didn't comment on that. That said, went relatively fast, and I think it was done within a few hours. So that was good. In the auction house, I finished selling out my Bitcoin fan, so I'm done selling that and recouped everything that I've spent on that. So that's good. I think I was at that point last week, but now I've recouped the money for the money what I would have put in for resources and keys and such as well to create those blueprints or those cubies to print or to sell. I've also picked up an India QB, a red dragon. I also got the origami princess, but I think that was last Sunday or Saturday. So I've had her for just over a week. What else have I picked up, Atrocities?
I know
Chill.
you were looking at a dragon. One of the
Chill.
dragons. You got the chill. I don't know. You can look at your game and see what else you've got recently.
But I must say, I'm liking these separate trades kind of for resources for the cubies. And, obviously it's not an equal trade by any means, but I'm more than happy to get a discount on what I'm buying for transferring them for selling some of my resources to these people that are selling. So that's great. I'm getting some cubies that I've been wanting to have for a long time, and finally getting my hands on them and at a little bit more of a reasonable price. So
yeah, I gotta say I totally agree that we've been the last little while we have been just kind of talking to people that have the blueprints or so, and making deals with them for stuff that's not currently listed, which is good. And then we're able to, trade them some of the resources they need. So your net out of pocket position on QB coins is a lot less. I think it's a great way over. It's a win for everybody. So chat and show if you're not doing that and if you've got resources, it may make sense to you to reach out to some of these guys that that are selling stuff, and see what you can do, because it's a win for everybody. Have you had any experience with that there, RxWings?
Yep, that's how I managed to get the origami princess. So that was lovely. Although it was the first time I did a buy it now, and I mucked up the first.
Really? What happened?
I instead just listed it. I thought I had hit the buy it now. I did not, and so it was delayed by 3 days.
Right.
But it happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we've all learned our lesson there to when it pops up at the end that says, here's what you're listening, that you double check and make sure you're listing, the right price, right stuff. You're not listing the blueprint.
that's a dig to me, right?
That was just a reference. It wasn't a dig. It was just a reference. But, what we're talking about. So,
every time I list something now, I tell you I have to sit there and I'm like reviewing it like it's an essay, and it's like, okay, I've done this and I've done this, and it's not the blueprint.
right.
What was that, about 35, 40 times with the Bitcoin fan? Every time I listened, making sure I was not listing his blueprint versus the QB. So yeah. That's a mistake I won't make twice.
For hopefully not, right? But no, you definitely that one, Bitcoin versus the blue, or the blueprint versus the actual QB. You only make that one once, and you're definitely looking hard at that one.
Yes.
So awesome.
Yeah. So what about your week in the Cubieverse? How was that?
So I am going to say that similar to you, in fact, you were heavily involved in it. That we arranged, we brokered a deal to get a Cubie, which happened to be Scorpio. We've actually you brokered two different Scorpio deals. Yours was a little bit better pricing than what I got, I think. But we both got the Scorpio Cubie, which was the last Cubie that we needed to complete our Zodiac collections of Zodiacs. Because I think this Scorpio was one of the first ones that went out. Definitely was not getting Adventure Road the first couple times. It was out, but now with that being said, I was able to complete it. I've been looking for a Scorpio in the auction house for probably 3 or 4 months since the last, and I think there's one that was up about 4 months ago that was not able to snag at the time, but there hasn't been one up since. So the fact that we were able to snag that was awesome. So really excited with that. Hoping to get my my display stand showing up quite quickly on that. So we shall see.
And you were going to do a shout out to the seller.
I was going to give a shout. Now I can't remember who that was.
Oh, they were on. They logged in tonight.
Yeah.
Or earlier. That was IDFK, was it not?
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think the Discord name was Hash Browns.
Yeah, I know you did most of the negotiating on that, and I just kind of happened to get ready to pop the buy nothing. So that's awesome. So I really appreciated that. So that was really good. So that was one of the big things that happened in the week. The other thing of note was they had the refund opportunities. I think they were willing to refund the pizzeria and the coffee shop up until the 15th this past month, and I decided that I was going to refund the coffee shop for me. I just built it, but when I started building it, it was still Tim Hortons, and the Tim Hortons coffee shop looked great. I was excited to see that. And then when it got built, they just went back to the generic coffee shop, and it's just the color. It just blah. I don't know, in comparison to what the Tim Hortons was. So I was really kind of disappointed. Plus, I had thought in compensation for not giving export of the Tim Hortons gift cards that they were going to make the export option exclusive to the Tim Hortons or the coffee shop, which turns out, no, that's not the case. It's also on the pizza and a few other places. So it's not as special as I thought it was going to be. So hence, I decided I would refund it. So started the refund process, initiated the refund process. It took them a little while to respond to me, and I was starting to wonder, hey, did I not send in time in the right spot? I did get it in. I eventually got a notice saying, hey, yeah, we've got this. We'll refund this to you either this week or next week. And then a couple days later, I think it was last Thursday, Friday. I think it was Thursday or Friday. I got my refund came back, but they messed up in the fact that they actually refunded my pizzeria and not my Tim Hortons. So my pizzeria had disappeared, and my Tim Hortons was still there. So I fired off a notice right away as soon as I figured it out, and they were saying, "Oh, hey, sorry," and they fixed it the next day, so that was fine. But kind of interesting. But what was also kind of interesting is when I got the refund, they said on the one that says, "Yeah, we're going to exchange the pepperoni we gave you for pumpkin seeds." So, and it was like 20,000 pumpkin seeds. They took away. So I didn't notice this, but they must have given me 20,000 pepperoni.
No.
Yeah, because they said we're going to do this exchange. We're like 20,000 pepperoni we're getting rid of, and we're going to give you 20,000 pumpkin seeds. So the exchange happened, and it's like, and I've ever thought ever since then, like, why did they give me pepperoni in the first place, and why am I getting pumpkin seeds? I don't know what the hell that was for. I don't know if anybody else knows why they done the refund, what you would have gotten.
Maybe that's Shirley. I remember when you got the refund, you did get the pepperoni, but I don't remember it being 20,000. I thought it was more like 500.
Oh, that's what they said in the in the commentary. There's 20,000. So I don't know why, because I didn't use I didn't use pepperoni to build it, right? And likewise, I didn't use pumpkin seeds to build it. So I don't know. Unless somehow they track, like when someone uses the coffee shop or something like that, they track the number of key value going in like pepperoni or pumpkin seeds. So I don't know. It's really weird. So I don't. No one else in chat isn't able to tell me why that would have happened. So.
So just like, are you complaining that you got 20,000?
I'm not complaining. I just I don't understand. I just don't understand why it happened.
Just
right?
think how many Shirleys you can print now.
Right, for sure. And maybe and likewise, I trusted they gave me all the resources back properly, like they said they were. But no, so I trust they gave me the right resources and everything else, but the pumpkin seeds, I was like, I don't understand. So we shall see. And the Nelax comment, streamer bonus, the answer to that is no, definitely no streamer bonuses. We tried to get some extra loot codes for Christmas trees for the streamers as a streamer bonus, and Illusion Weaver said absolutely not. No bonuses for you guys. So no streamer bonus at all. So yeah. Anyways, kind of interesting. It is what it is. So what I did is I took my refund and I started building a new sushi shop. So
For no issues all your life, haven't you had?
Absolutely. So I don't know. So my shop's going up, and we'll see what happens. What's great though is I love the nail gun Kelly, in the fact of just how fast he can print stuff. Once again, tested common print on it was been 20 days. Put a rare in, it was 15. Nail gun Kelly, 10 days, and then he was like level 9 at the time, so he was around actually 9.5 days by the time I put him in. So you just be able to just get stuff up super quick. So I'd love to get my hands on an architect and get stuff up even faster, but that doesn't seem like that's in the cards. So yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you can make a private trade with somebody.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know who's got. There's only one blueprint out there, so we shall see.
Who's got that?
I don't know. Didn't that go up on sale? That went up for sale, or is it just an architect that went for sale?
Like, whoever has the blueprint can print, can they not?
Yeah. So maybe we reach out and see what it said. But I think the last architect went for a lot. So right on. So yeah, Zach has the blueprint, says opposing. So There you go.
Who's
Um,
Zuck?
I think he's one of the original OG players. I think he paid something like a couple purple keys for it at the time.
Really?
So, what was interesting though, speaking of the auction house stuff, is did you guys? We were talking about in the last show that the Foreman blueprint went up for sale. I threw my bid on it, so I had the actual. I had an actual bid on it, and then right away it went from like my 10,000 bid to I think it was like 500,000 probably within an hour of me bidding on it or so. Did you guys see what that one actually went for?
I think it was 5.
No, I don't know. Wasn't it over 6? And to jump back, IDFK says 5 purple keys is what the architect went for.
The original blueprint.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was a lot. Yeah, it was. I think I was looking at it. It was like 2.3 million or so for that blueprint. So,
Crazy.
just this past week, and there was a lot of action in the auction house this past week. I don't know if you guys saw how much any of that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Were you looking at anything there, RxWings?
I think I threw a bid on the Foreman, but like you said, it went sky high pretty quick.
All right. How much was your bid at?
I got in early. I think it was like 50.
50,000?
Yeah.
50,000. Okay.
Foreman ended up at 2.3 million.
Yep, that's what you said. Yep.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Sorry.
Okay.
Neil just mentioned that.
Right on.
So did
Yeah.
you, apparently.
But there was a bunch of other stuff that was going, like rare stuff. I thought in there too. I think there's a Susie blueprint that was up. A bunch of really awesome stuff that was going. So, far more than what I would want to pay for stuff. But hey, people are grabbing it, so that's great. So yeah. So I guess moving on. So not necessarily covering my week in the Cubieverse, but we've got that fountain in town. I'm loving that. Betty, RxWings. Have you used the fountain yet?
No, not yet.
No.
It is a game changer.
I haven't hit a happy hour in weeks, it seems.
Even if you're going out hunting, just to know that you're answering like this month's questions or topics or categories. To me, a lot of them are not ones that would be my choices. But shout out to all the cryptocurrency happy hours lately and the mythological
Right.
happy hours. But anyways, like to go out and just be able to do like the topic of your choice, not the random crypto. Like because I've been getting a lot of topics where 3 of them I'm like, none of these are choices of mine. That said, learning a little bit more. So some of them are a little bit easier than they have ever been in the past. But it's just lovely.
I did drive by it and wasn't that close, and I thought that the radius was great because I was able to pick it up from farther than I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't throw anything into it, but I was like, oh, that's good to know.
And you just keep throwing keys in until you get the topic or the category that you want. I don't know. We've used it quite a bit, and
and it's set up the way to like you can say, hey, I don't like these categories. Let's do it again, as opposed to going through. Posey just made a great comment. It says like he used today's Adventure Road for like 3 green user vaults to pick his category, right, for that. So that's another great use of it is if you need to go use green user vaults or so, that way you know what categories you're getting for those green ones, which I think is great. If you use the what was the tool? I can't remember the tool now that you could use to practice the questions. We did a show on that a while back. What was it called? Do you know what it's called?
No.
Yep, just a second.
But
Anki Droid.
Anki Droid.
Anki Droid, right? So you could, in theory, you could say, okay, um, this month my green vault category is going to be history, and just do all the Yankee Droid on history, green vault, get those down like super good, and then fountain, go do green vaults, right? So anybody that's used one has access to it. I think it's awesome. So
What is the time?
The fountain.
Yeah.
Ours, we each have one. Both of them are leveled up to level 10, and I believe it's 41 minutes.
41, 42 minutes. Now you can't level the fountain. What you mean is we've got a level 10 QB manning the fountain.
Sorry, yes, a level 10 QB, because you can't level up the fountains yet. Likewise, we often couple them with the coffee cups or the coffee colors of our choice. So while we're out hunting, especially during happy hour, then you're getting all the doubles on the paint as well. That said, if you're using your trade shacks, the color does not work on your trade shack, so you get the random colors out of the trade shacks. So, and likewise the blue vaults too, you get the chromatic still. It's just the white or the white vaults, correct?
Yeah, just your random, whatever it's random, but not on the trade shacks. But once again, on the trade shacks, having them doing happy hour guarantees you that double resource. So that's cool. In fact, this past week, I forgot, but we were doing the trade shacks, the other set of trade shacks during happy hour. We had the fountain on, and I hit on 3 trade shacks in a row, which was excellent. So I got what did I get? You
got batlings you got 1,000 batlings, or did you get warty toads?
No, I got 1,000 warty toads, and then I hit on the next one, which was
it was that dragon that you get all color from.
I did get 2,000 color, but then there was a third one in there which was really good too. So
was that her?
No, it wasn't.
It's all up in
it was incredible that I got like 3 in a row during happy hours. It's like, what are the odds of hitting 3 in a row? Like, you can go like weeks without hitting, right? So,
and likewise, the warty toad one, like the witch one that we hit, he got warty toads and I got warty toads. So it was kind of like, wow, like normally you don't get 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were playing during happy hour, and it was you had to get 2 perfect questions in a row, and I got 2 green keys. So because I was in hunter mode, anyways, I was surprised 2 green keys popped up after hitting a blue vault.
Yeah, that was a nice payout for you, for sure.
So if you went during happy hour to a green vault, would you get, if you got the chromatic blueprint, and I know, and maybe I'm pulling a Posey's question, cross your fingers for those chromatic blueprints on those green vaults. So if you got, would you get two yellows? Well, yeah, would you get 2 yellows and 2 blueprints and all that if you were on a green vault and got the chromatic during happy hour?
I don't know, because like you could, because obviously in your case you got 2 green keys per popping. But like we also did a pizza quest.
Yeah, the pizza quest, you don't get anything double.
For happy hour, we didn't get double pizza, pepperoni. So, but
you're all about that pepperoni to me.
It was all about the pepperoni, absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. But yeah, to the chat there commentary, I definitely recommend fountain is as a priority over lots of other stuff you could build, right? Fountains are, and the other great thing I found about the fountain was because we had, I think fashion was a topic the other time, whereby that's fashion is a topic that I don't want to hit. I've stayed away from, but just doing all those fashion questions, I got a lot more comfortable with the category. So,
well, that night we were doing the fashion. All the questions were, which one is not a real brand? And I was floored with how many questions were like, because when you're answering, like fashion is what I've been starting to answer lately too. And I was quite amazed with how the bulk of the questions between you and I, because I know you kept asking me, which is not a real brand, they were mostly the real, like, who's not a real brand, other than we got the Scotland kilts, we got, like, you know, those odd questions, but most of them were the brand.
And often it was just like a spelling mistake in the name of the brand, like
Loco Chanel.
like or like Goosey with an was like more Gus, like with an S and not two C's, which I didn't know, but now I do. And then there was
there's Lulu, Louis Vuitton, Louis Vuitton was Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. So I got a lot more comfortable with that category, and just because we were hitting a lot of questions, right? So, I'm gonna definitely recommend. Once again, get a fountain, and then you can use it multiple different ways in the game. So, right? So which is good, and like if those answers require you to pay attention. You're right. You want to do it where you're able to pay attention to the questions when you're learning a new category. Absolutely, for sure. So awesome.
Jabot has mentioned though that fashion and white vaults are super easy, and I agree. Like it's the blue ones that get me. Like with who wore what. Yeah. However, Bjork is the swan wearing the dress that's a swan. I found that one completely. So, and then I kind of get impressed with how many times you answer the same type of thing, same question again. And I don't know. I'm torn between saying they really need to add some new questions to. No, leave them the same because they're just as easy to answer this way. But sometimes you're answering the same question over and over and over again, where you're ready to just pull your hair out with the annoyance. Yeah. Like, what was my favorite one from last month?
Fish eggs.
What is caviar?
Right. Yeah, no, that is true. It's weird how there's like some questions that come up like constantly, and then there's like in the same category, but then there's other ones that just very rarely does the question pop up, right? Like I found that with the fashion questions, like we got a lot of the same question between the two of us, but then there was very few that I would say we only saw only once or so. So, anyways.
So, do you have a keyword?
I do have a keyword. Are we going to do the...
I think it's time.
Okay. All right. So, let me pop this up on screen. Okay. So, the keyword is loot. L-O-O-T. So, the moment I'm going to come down here and start capturing messages. Once I do that, you will need to enter in the chat the word loot and your Discord name. And then if you are the winner, you will need to contact Gold Miner in Discord from that particular account, and she will provide you with the loot code. So I am going to hit the start capturing button message now. So it is starting capture. So we can see down here, we've got 300 seconds and counting. So guys, start throwing them in now. And you will pick the winner at the end of this. So, Opposer, you just put the word loot in there for the record. So.
So somebody mentioned DJ302. How many different chromatic cubies are there? Do we know off the top of our head how many different chromatic cubies there are? It's about 10 or so, isn't it?
I'm thinking there's 10 seems about right. 10 or 12. I think if you look at in the Andrew Gawker, same thing. You gotta have to have loot and your Discord name in there. So there we go. I think you need to have. I think it's about 10 or so. it's definitely should show on the wiki all the different names of them.
There's 12.
There's 12.
RxWings just pulled it up on the Cubieverse. Cubiedex. There we go. I was going to say CubieWiki.
That would work too.
So, yes, and Jabron said 12 chromatics. So, does anybody have any stockpile of trees ready to go out? I know I don't really have. I think I have one, and I know somebody had asked me to sell one or sell some, and I said no. But one is what I'm going with.
RxWings, how many are you sitting on?
0.
Atrocities.
I think I've got like 2 or 3 or so. How about Jen Mo? RxWings, you know if Jen Mo's got a lot?
No idea. No idea.
And a posy, no, it doesn't mess up your chances. It's just a topic.
Right. Yeah, I'm hoping to get.
Half the loot is Christmas trees. 1 Christmas tree loot code. This one will be a small, like a common Christmas tree.
Common Christmas tree. But Christmas trees are the more the merrier, I find. I'm hoping we have lots of Christmas trees like we've had last year's. However, I think we've got some potentially fewer players active, so we might be playing. Once again, Christmas trees, it's a team effort, right? They did announce, I saw on the Discord, that the Xmas this year is going to run from December 22nd, reset local time, so for us that's 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. here, to December 29th at 7 p.m. or so. So 7 days over that time. So just before Christmas to just before New Year's or so.
And what about the other announcement this week in regards to the decoration, making our Christmas event even more beautiful than it has been?
Yeah, so they talked. So we got 100 for the record. We got 150 seconds left to get your name in for the thing. Yeah, they announced. Looked like they showed a blueprint, and it looks like you can buy a Frosty the Snowman that you can build. No resources to build it or so, and just like more of a decorative type structure.
So, how do we get them? Are we just given them, and can you print as many as you want, or do you have to buy them? Like, what is the story with that? Because I don't know if that was totally announced, was it?
Do you have any ideas on that, RxWings?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. My impression, I haven't read it, is that you could buy 3 or 4 or 1 or whatever of these snowmen, and you can put them up around like you're putting up Christmas trees. But it's like a permanent blueprint, so that at the end of the year, or end of whenever the Christmas event is over, it will come back to your inventory so you can use it again next year, right? Looked like you don't need to spend resin on it or anything like that, or builders, but that's kind of my impression. But I think obviously until the Hunter's Lodge actually comes out and they say stuff, it's all speculation at this point. So, but
you like to see other things as well, like gingerbread men, like very like gingerbread houses. Like I think it's pretty cool. Candy canes.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's very like I love the Halloween event, but I also love the Christmas event, and like I love how they changed the background in the game for both of them.
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit more festive, and I think when he changed the background, like all these other little things can help. I don't know, beautify.
So he released, or he showed the one blueprint, right? For which was like it looked like a Frosty the Snowman. But there's no reason to say that they can't have other blueprints that are like that in the background that waiting to go, right? That we'll find out about. Maybe you win some of them during the Christmas event as well. and likewise maybe like I think you buy them with crystal keys, but I don't know. And but at the same time, maybe they're on the adventure road because uh, honestly, adventure road is, from my perspective, is looking a little stale at this point. Like if there's common resources on it and paint, you know, I'm not. I'm going to be a little more selective going forward about the Venture Road. I was always there trying to get the pirates, but for the most part, um, the pirates aren't doing it. Like those, like I can't use those pirates anywhere. The only good pirate was the Builder Pirate this year. So, um, fingers crossed that they get better. So, but if there's stuff like this in the Adventure Road, I'd start being more inclined to purchase it or use it. But I need much more selective going forward on it.
Posey made a comment about last year's Santa dropped into local discords giving out loot codes as well. So make sure you join your local Discord if you haven't already. So good advice.
Yeah, for sure. Did Santa drop in the Earth last year?
I don't think so.
I don't recall. It him for sure.
So, do we have a winner yet?
Oh, where are we on time here? Oh, I think we've got 71 seconds. We got 60 seconds, 70 seconds. So
7 seconds. Okay. So if anybody has not added their name in the Discord, or sorry, not in Discord, in the chat with code loot or the word loot with their Discord name, do so now.
Absolutely. Yep. 50 seconds. Get it in there for a chance to win the loot code for the Christmas tree.
So how did Santa choose which Discord groups to get into? Local groups?
Probably the bigger ones. So we should make sure we're joining. Join some of the other.
Yeah.
Maybe should make sure we join the Bay Area Discord to make sure that we're.
And obviously the Toronto one as well, considering Posey assumed or implied that they got one last year.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Any other areas we could join?
Well, likewise, it could have been the same loot code. They just distributed it that way as well.
Has anybody heard of any loot codes that have gone out this week? Not talking about this one, but any other loot codes?
Okay, so for the record, we have captured it. We are done. I don't know, Hodor, you might have or may not have gotten it. We'll see. But we've got 47 messages, 21 potentials. So we are going to hit pick a winner right now. Or do you want to export and make sure we see everybody that's in the data? Let's just check the data first.
So, anybody else have anything exciting that happened to them this week in the Cubieverse?
So
sorry?
I was just going to say here, something that I thought might be cool, and I'll get your guys' idea on it. For a way for crystal keys, would you buy a blueprint that would make your, say, white user vaults look different, right? So you could take it to your white or blue or whatever, and turn your instead of just being a standard white user vault, maybe it looks like a I say like one of your cubies, or like the whole thing, or like a dragon, or just something different, or shooting fireworks off it like the necromancer can do. So I'm looking.
I think it would be cool as if you could get like a seasonal one where each holiday, like Canada Day, 4th of July, Valentine's Day, kind of like, fireworks for the 4th of July, Canada Day, a heart. Like, it would be neat if it kind of changed with the different holidays, or informal or formal holidays.
Yeah, well, I think you'd have to buy different ones, but it'd be and for the record, like everybody would see the different, basically there'd be skins for your various structures that you've got, like different skins you could use to customize them, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. I'd play Crystal Keys for that. And you know what? Maybe if I had a different skin for the coffee shop, I would have used that one. So, do we see Hodor in here? Oh, Hodor made it. All right. So, okay, we're back. Let's pick a winner. IDFK, the winner.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations, IDFK.
Send me a message on Discord tonight, and I will send you over under that screen name. But I do also know you go under a different screen name, so I will know that one. But send me a message, and I will send you off the loot code.
Yeah. Congratulations. So, yeah, and as Posey said, good comer for all those auction house sales. So, awesome. Rigged.
Look at that, look at Brian.
Always somebody saying it's rigged. So.
Bunch of O'Brien.
Right. Right. So cool. RxWings, you got any topics you want to discuss, particularly?
No.
What are your thoughts on the skins for different, like being able to purchase skins for your different structures?
Be into that.
Yeah, I would definitely be into that too.
For sure.
Myself.
What about, so the other thing here is something else I've noticed, because I didn't buy Adventure Road 1 month recently, because I need them for my builds, the crystal keys, is that you cannot buy, like I was able to buy the cubie, I was able to buy the headquarters structure, but I wasn't able to just buy the display case, right? You can't sell a display case in the auction house. That's the one thing you cannot sell in the auction house. I don't know why that is. I would like to see that in the auction house. But that being said, display cases are in the game, but they don't really get used. There's no place to use them, right? So I was thinking maybe I could have a structure in the game where I could place and then place my display case on so people can go by and see all my cubies. Right? And the writer chick agrees because she says wherever uses a display case, right? I mean, the only time you can see someone's display case if you specifically go looking for them in game and click on them and whatnot.
I never use mine. I think I put something in one of mine once years ago, or what feels like years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, the Zodiac one on.
I don't have that one yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
But it's kind of the same thing as an NFT to me.
Right. But if I could put a display case, as I said, out in the map someplace, that'd be kind of cool. Just like same with my headquarters, right? I'd like to be able to, just put a structure someplace where here's my headquarters. Make it such that you can't necessarily put it near your actual headquarters, because I know from a privacy point of view, but just so you can show that stuff off, right?
What I would love to see happen.
Yeah, it's like a billboard in Posey. Exactly.
Yeah, like a billboard. That would be good. What I would love to see is all my cubies on my inventory. I don't want to see my 30 Ophelias. Just put one Ophelia with 30 underneath it, or whatever the case may be. And likewise, resources. Why do they keep flopping around in the inventory? Like sometimes, like things move from the top to the bottom to the bottom to the top. Like what happens with that? How does that happen? And likewise, I saw it somewhere else that somebody suggested making, and it must have been somebody our age, making, so when you're going to print a cubie, making those little blueprints a little bigger,
Yeah.
so you can actually see what it is. Because once you hit like 50, it seems like you just can't see things like you used to be able to.
Or a search box, maybe just a search box so that you can just search it up.
Yeah,
right?
a search box would be nice too. And another one is when you're going to put stuff in for like to help building something. I don't want to see 10 of the same things. Loop them, like lump them together. So I press on that one, and I can choose the one based on my leveling that I want.
So opposing to making the same staffing structures this year, personally, for building structures, I'd be okay with the model where they're using for staffing structures, because when you build, there's only like 8 cubies that you, like builder cubies, right? And then you can pick the type, and then from there you can pick your specific one. But like I think builder cubies, they're ordered by the newest in your inventory, maybe. I don't know. But all my leveled up builders were the first ones I had, so I'm always, hammering through a whole bunch of screens until I eventually find my builders all the way that have levels on them all the way at the end.
You have to pull over.
Right? So
we're just saying, like, if you're trying to do, you're not supposed to be driving as you're playing.
You're on the bus.
If you're on the bus drives by, and you're too late at getting something, or changing it, and you try to click back, or here's another one. When you click into your print shop to retrieve the Cubie that you've last printed, and if you want to print something again, I'd like to see a function that you can stay in the print shop rather than have to go back in. Because once again, if the bus goes by too fast,
it's gone.
Then it's gone.
Yep. Got to hit the need a stop option on the bus. And
ding, ding.
Then explain why you're not getting off.
Could you just hold it here for a moment, please?
Okay, and here's another thing. Since we're talking about these things, I would love to be able to, on my buddy quest or my friends, like, why can't I look up their stats? Right? Because you can look up a player if you're looking at the number one player on the leaderboard, you can go into them and you can look at you can see their, first of all, you can see their headquarters, you can actually see the display case, and you can see all their statistics around them, right? Why can't I do that for my friends on my friends list? Especially because, like, if I can't get in touch with a person at Buddy Quest, I want to see their stats and determine how many Buddy Quests have they completed. Because I know there was a couple times where I was having a hard time getting in touch with somebody, and I looked and they said, okay, you know what? They've got a lot of Buddy Quests done, so they must, we'll get this done. Versus somebody that's got like one or no Buddy Quest done. Because I came across somebody that had like no Buddy Quest done, in which case I just deleted them right away. But I had to go in to the leaderboard, because they do show their position on the leaderboard, and then scroll down to like number 500 before I was able to find them. So I'd love to be able to do that.
But you're also a little ruthless with your Buddy Quests.
Oh, well, yeah, I am.
You are like totally
but that's not the point, right?
Well, you're always like, if somebody doesn't respond back within like an hour, you're like, should I delete them? I'm gonna delete them. And it's like, chill. People go to work, People can't always be on their phones.
I get that. But my issue with Buddy Quest is if I get the Buddy Quest and it says like, hey, we've had the Buddy Quest for 2 hours, and I see you were on the phone like an hour ago, then why haven't you responded to my, why haven't you done something with the Buddy Quest, right?
In that point, yes, I understand, and I agree with that. I had one I dumped a while ago, and it took him like 24 hours to respond back. And he kept getting on the game. Like you could see he'd been active in that time frame. And then the next day he responds back, and I'm like, well, the buddy quest, I jumped the buddy quest. What, you couldn't just wait? It's like, and you what, couldn't just send me a message saying I'm not available until tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, don't blame me on something like that when you can't yourself send a quick message.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. If somebody's not if somebody's not been on, and especially with time zone changes for different people and different countries, obviously, then waiting a few hours if they haven't logged in is not a big concern.
What's your approach? What's your approach to RxWings?
I'm usually if I see that they're in the game and they have not messaged, that's annoying. But I don't dump them right away. And I've had times where, you wait for somebody who says that they're gonna, be available here, and then they flake, and then you wait a second time, and they flake again. Then I'm gonna cut you loose.
So 2 flakes for you. That's your
2 flakes. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
She's a lot more lenient. Yeah. I've noticed.
Absolutely, much more lenient.
Yeah.
One
thing I would like to see in the game that I really like with the meetups is where you can see all the other players around you. I think that should be available all the time with the opt in, out.
Opt in, opt out. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's fun.
And I think if you go, and likewise, if you go into your headquarters, you're automatically opted out. But otherwise, absolutely.
Yeah, that was fun seeing. Like I know that one time, like the first city or local meetup, you guys got lost or took the wrong turn, and we're like, hey, we're way ahead of them, even though we were behind you at first. That was fun to see.
Yeah.
But,
and at the Toronto event, I liked, you could tell players, oh, that must be their hotel because they were sitting in a hotel, and it's like, okay, that was kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
For sure. And just to be clear here, these features that we talked about, I think they're like, I think it'd be good quality life improvements, and that's what we're throwing them as, so, and I think some of these would be just easy, right? It should be easy to implement, right? Here, just add a link to this data within the environment, so, for sure. All right, it's 9 o'clock. RxWings, come on. You got anything you want to talk about before we go?
I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm supposed to have something. I think so. No.
Okay.
No.
I think we've kind of cut through some of our positives and negatives that we'd like to see change with the game.
Yeah.
Looking forward to. I know it's a few weeks away, but I guess I'm going to have to find some trees.
Yes. Well, next week you can try and throw your name in the win some Christmas tree. And I think this is a great, giving some Christmas trees out. We'll build the hype. I think it's 2 weeks before we get the actual Hunter's Lodge to find out some of these actual facts. But much like Halloween was a great event, one of the best events every year, Christmas is that other top level event, and getting excited. And we shall see, but yeah, I wish there was a way to get more Christmas trees coming at us. I know I always kind of look throughout the year for Christmas trees, but the pricing on them was kind of expensive this year. So, and it's getting even worse now. So, right. So, awesome. All right, well, RxWings, thanks for coming. Everyone who was in the chat, thanks for coming as well. Please like, subscribe, comment below, all that other stuff. And likewise, we will be doing another giveaway, loot code giveaway next week. So hope everybody comes back, and we appreciate everybody in the chat. So, and
also, how many weeks before the Christmas event starts?
So
because we have 6 codes.
Yeah.
We might have to give out 2 at one point, mightn't we?
And we'll see what the math. See if the math works out. So.
Yeah, we'll see. We didn't think of doing that in advance.
For sure.
So.
Oh, and hey, Plumber Boy, we missed you last week. I don't know if you saw last week's show, but or what you thought, but I was recommended a Plumber Boy event. So or Cubie. So I don't know if you saw that or what your thoughts on that were, but I think it'd be a way to, and so you'd be like Plumber Boy, be like Farmer Hank's like son, maybe Plumber Boy, and that way they could give out bolts, and then some sort of other plumbing type device to make the Plumber Boy Cubie. So, anyway.
Happy shoveling rider, chick. Keep that weather your way.
That's right. Okay, I think that's what we got. Thanks everybody for joining us again, and
Happy
happy hunting. Yeah.